Welcome back to another episode of Buzzworthy Businesses, where we highlight businesses who are making an impact. I'm Morgan Allen, joined today by Gauri Junnarkar with Ayer Nutrition. How are you? I knew I was going to mess that up, but how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so
Good.
much.
Yes, so you are using Ayurvedic nutrition principles in your business, and how are you doing so? Tell me about it.
So this such a wonderful question. So what I do is my background. I was trained as a classically trained Vaidya and Ayurveda practitioner, and I got my master's in nutrition. I'm a registered licensed dietitian, certified diabetes educator, and what I do is I integrate that ancient wisdom of Ayurveda with modern nutrition to help uh, people, families to lead a happier, healthier life and a more balanced approach to their health and wellness needs.
Beautiful. And if people have never heard of Ayurvedic nutrition, how do you describe it to them?
So, when I talk about Ayurveda and Ayurvedic nutrition, I say that it's a more holistic approach to health and wellness. We focus on a more individualized approach as to what foods align with your dosha type, what are the lifestyle that aligns with their doshas, and keeping everything in balance, not only on a daily basis but also that aligns on a seasonal basis as well.
And then, whenever people are aligned with their dosha type and they're eating specific types of food during specific seasons, how does that affect how they show up in the world?
Absolutely wonderful question. So one of the ways I explain is that one of the things we always focus in Ayurveda is on digestion. So we have a concept of Agni, which is a digestive fire. We say that everything hinges on our digestion. So if we digest things correctly, we're able to get those nutrients from the foods. That means we have those building blocks that our body needs to maintain itself. And as the seasons change, a lot of times, when it comes to the gut microbiome, a lot of times also, we see that to make sure that the gut microbiome is in balance, again, to include those fruits, those vegetables that are there in the season, that helps with the overall balance. That means better energy, better sleep as well, and overall a feeling of well being. That's how people show up.
And what does the process look like for someone to find out their dosha? How do you find that in someone or in yourself?
So, a lot of times I would say that, when you talk to an Ayurveda practitioner such as myself, we go a lot in depth with their history as well, look at, what they are portraying, some of those physical signs as well. When it comes to the dosha balance, a lot of time they go into the history as well. We go into the questionnaire and look at what could be a possible makeup for this person based on, again, their history, what they come on with if there are any balances and imbalances and things as well. So again, we go in depth to look at how those dosha types could be figured out for this person. Again, based on their history, their digestion. Again, what are some of the signs and symptoms they're currently feeling as well.
So give me some examples of a dosha type and then the diet that goes with it. Because I know a little bit. I know there's like fiery. If you're a fiery dosha type, then you can't have too much spicy stuff and it's not good for your digestion. So tell me more about this.
Okay. So to give you an example, let's say for a person who's a typical Vata dosha type. So for this person, a lot of times, again, because air and ether are in part of the Vata dosha, a lot of time the qualities are embodied in this person as well. So a lot of time the digestion, I would say, is that it's all over the place. So some days, for example, they feel hungry in the morning. Sometimes they don't feel hungry. Sometimes they don't eat at all. So a lot of times, people with Vata dosha type, they are particularly, I would say, they graze a lot throughout the day as well. So one of the things we find is that when we offer more warm foods, more nourishing foods, that helps them ground, that helps with their digestion as well. And also when it comes to the lifestyle, same thing with their lifestyle as well, because again, a lot of times a person with a vata dosha, they keep jumping from one thing to another, or let's say one project to another. So again, what helps them ground Again, making sure that things like yoga, things like tai chi, that actually help them ground. So we have to look at both the foods, which are more warm, more nourishing, at the same time adding more lifestyle changes that are more grounding for this person as well.
That is incredible. And it's so good to have such a well rounded approach to nutrition. So, how do people get started with you?
So one of the ways they get started with me is they usually will do. We have a free discovery call on a website that they can actually schedule, and they schedule that, or they give us a call. And a lot of times we go over, what are the best way for us to help them. Try to understand where they are in their wellness journey, and where do they like to be in the next 3 to 6 months. How we can help them navigate that, and how we can help them. I always believe in the team approach, is that how can I help this person get to the next level when it comes to this health and wellness goals.
Beautiful. Well, Gauri, thank you so much for joining us on the show today and for sharing your expertise with us as a buzzworthy business. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Absolutely. And viewers, thank you for tuning in to another episode. If you want more information on Iron Nutrition, head on over to dailynewsnetwork.com, and we have Gauri's information and so many other profiles for you to check out right there. We'll see you in the next episode of Buzzworthy Businesses.